Hey guys, Sodo Railway Studios here, and welcome to another DVD reaction. And the DVD I'm going to react to today is Postman Pat in a Muddle and Other Stories. Now, earlier today I tried doing a Thomas and Friends Pulling Together DVD reaction, but that immediately got copyrighted. So, yeah, which to be fair, I had a feeling that was going to happen anyway, but yeah, I decided I'm going to do this one instead so that I don't end up, because I couldn't leave you guys with no DVD reaction. By the time I film this, it's the evening at the time I'm filming this. It will probably be tomorrow at the time I'm doing this that I actually upload it. But anyway, yeah, this will be my first time looking at the season 2 of Postman Pat as well, and this is a very nostalgic DVD, so I'm looking forward to doing this one. It's very nostalgic for me anyway. So sit back and relax, I'm just about to insert the disc. Okay guys, I've just inserted the disc, and yeah. As usual with the Postman Pat DVDs that I've done so far, and the Little Red Tractor DVDs, there were a few trailers on here for other Rise Entertainment shows, like, again, Transformers Armada was one of them, Little Red Tractor, Cliff of the Big Red Dog, and Basil Brush. So let's get started. And everyone sing along to the theme song. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat. Yeah, I like how this version, this season 2, adds the actual titles and his black and white cat at the end when it's said in the song. Yeah, really good theme song though. I love this particular version of it, even though I said that the one from the Cosgrove Hall era is the most nostalgic for me. But as I was saying with the Transformers Armada trailer at the start of this DVD, it's a bit longer than it is on some of my other DVDs. And I remember there was a laugh that one of the robot characters was doing one of the Decepticons, and Postman Douglas 2011 said in his DVD reaction of this DVD, because he's already done a DVD reaction of this DVD, he said that the laugh that the robot character was doing, which I can only assume that the robot was probably Megatron, because he's the main villain of Transformers, or might have been Starscream, but I don't know. But yeah, he said it reminded him of the laugh that Rupert Dagus did for Diesel 10 in Misty Island Rescue, because even though Matt Wilkinson took over from Rupert Dagus, they still kept Rupert Dagus's laugh in the final cut of Misty Island Rescue, and as well as a couple of lines in Day of the Diesels.
Postman Pat is collecting the post at Garner Bridge.
I love how Jess is sticking his head out of the door on the van.
Garner Hall open to the public? Well, bless me. Mind you, it'll be a lovely show. It's a fine house.
Yeah.
Oh, but Pat, said Mrs. Goggins.
Yeah, this is around the time Carol Boyd had joined Carol Boyd had only just joined the voice cast in season 2, I think. Well, not only just, because she joined in Postman Pat Takes the Bus, which was released a couple of years before. It was released a few years before season 2.
I'll not forget. Cheerio.
Bye, Pat. Cheerio.
All right, Jess. I'm coming.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, so it was just Ken Barry and Carol Boyd doing all the voices in this season. Like in Postman Pat Takes the Bus and Postman Pat and the Tuba.
Blooming bees. I remember last
Blooming Bees, Blooming Santa Claus. Yeah, that was a reference to the Raymond Briggs film.
Pat was still wondering what Miss Hubbard could do.
Anyway,
No bees about anyway.
yeah.
Come in, Pat.
Where are you, Miss Hubbard?
Yeah. But yeah,
In here, Pat.
the idea of one person doing all the male characters and one person doing the females, that was done quite a lot with kid shows in the 80s and 90s.
Goodness me, Miss
Like, for example, in Joshua Jones, which was the sister series to Fireman Sam, it had George Layton and Barbara Flynn.
made a right
And then in Noddy's Toyland Adventures, it was Susan Sheridan and Jimmy Hibbert, and then in Bertha it was Roy Kinnear and Sheila Walker. And I'm trying to remember else. Oh, and also in Jimbo and the Jet Set, because Susan Sheridan also did that show as well as Noddy's Toyland Adventures, but that show had Peter Hawkins rather than Jimmy Hibbert.
Just getting ready for the grand opening of Garner Hall.
Hmm.
The Major has asked me to show people around, and I must find
Yeah,
out
William Pulver Melville, I've just remembered. William Pulver Melville said in my Great Dinosaur Hunt DVD reaction that he thinks that Miss Hubbard should have had Julia Pottage's role in the episode Postman Pat and the Big Butterflies, which is on the Great Dinosaur Hunt DVD. And to be honest, I can actually see why he'd say that, because I do think it does fit with Miss Hubbard's personality, because she can be a little bit snobby.
Has a very old diary that her granddad kept, and he was head butler at Garner Hall 100 years ago.
Ah.
Now, if you were to ask her, she might just let it.
It's worth a try. I'll ask
And
her.
one thing I realised is in most of season 2,
Please answer.
there's no music in any of the episodes in season 2. Well, except for Postman Pat and the Hole in the Road, because I think there is in the moment when Pat's driving around the road, there is a bit of music in that scene in Postman Pat and the Hole in the Road.
His next stop was at Ted Glen.
Oh, that noise is that welding sound is really nostalgic for me.
Ted? What's he doing? Making a right clatter. Ted! Oh, but you gave me quite a fright. I didn't hear you come in.
I didn't see you come in. Yeah.
Just like me.
As I've said before, I voiced Ted in Real Sean Caffrey series, Sean's Next Big Adventures. I voiced him in his episode Speed and Smart, which is his most recent episode.
Well, now's your chance. I'll bring a tin opener next time I call, just in case you get stuck.
Oh,
Some mail
foreshadowing.
Cheerio.
And also, I think also Postman Douglas 2011 said in his DVD reaction to this DVD, he asked if I wanted to voice Ted in his series, and I said yes. I said that I'd be honoured to do it. So I'll also be voicing Ted in Postman Douglas 2011 series, it seems, which I'm quite looking forward to.
His next stop was at Granny Dryden.
Oh yeah, Granny Dryden. Yeah, Granny Dryden's the only character that Ken Barry still voiced when
What was it that Miss
Carol Boyd joined the cast.
Hello? Anybody at home? Oh, Pat. I'm glad to see you. I've just been sorting out some old
I can assume that the reason why they kept Ken Barry
Come
as
and have a look.
I can only assume that the reason they kept Ken Barry as Granny Dryden is maybe because Ken Barry could do a better old woman impression than Carol Boyd.
Just as he wrote the
I mean, I don't know if
book
that's
a long
it is.
time
I don't know if that is the case,
I
but it
never
might
saw
be.
anything like it. Do you think I could borrow it so that Miss Hubbard could make a few notes for when she shows folk around? Well, I can't make it out properly with me glasses, so you might as well take it.
Yeah.
I'll take great care of it. I promise. Bye, Pat. Bye, Granny Dryden.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
And you already said goodbye to Granny Dryden, but hey.
It was time for Pat to be getting along to Garner Hall.
Yeah.
Miss Hubbard would be waiting for him and the precious diary.
Oh yeah, Garner Hall.
Garner Hall.
But it was introduced in. It was actually introduced in
She was at the door looking out for me.
Postman Pat and the Toy Soldiers, I think.
I see that you've got the diary. Miss Hubbard's waiting for you.
Yeah. Oh, and I've just realised.
Pat, good
I've just realised
and the
Major
time.
Forbes looks a bit like Station Officer Steele from Fireman Sam, because of his grey moustache. Looks a bit like Station Officer Steele's.
Over there, Ted. Near the chimney.
Near the chimney. I imagine if Ken Barry was to voice station officer. If Ken Barry was to voice station officer Steele in Fireman Sam, I imagine he'd probably just do I imagine he'd probably do his Major Forbes voice.
Peaceful in there.
Oh, thank you, Major. So kind.
Ted seemed to think the suit of armor was a new kind of jigsaw puzzle. Just about my size, I reckon. Let's see. I'd better leave you to it, Ted.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, we all know what's going to happen, though. Oh, I love how Pat, again, like I said in the ABC and 123 DVD reaction, I love how Pat sometimes hums the theme tune. It's almost like the Postman Pat theme tune exists in the show.
Just about to leave.
Like how, kind of like how, because that was implied in Postman Pat the movie, when Edwin Carbuncle said to Pat that they'd made a theme song for him.
At these diaries.
Well, what's wrong with them, Miss Hubbard?
Wrong, Pat. There's not a thing in them that I can put in my story of Garner Hall. They're just boring, Pat. Look.
To you, maybe, but to other people, I'm not sure, Miss Hubbard.
Went fishing, caught 3 trout, went to bed early. Well, yes, I see what you mean. Nothing very historical about that.
Well, I mean, if it's like that, I suppose.
Oh, Pat, it makes me feel hysterical. Look, I haven't got a single note on my paper, not a thing.
Well, Ted seemed to be having trouble with the armor. Oh, but get me out of here, I'm stuck.
Poor Ted, yeah.
Get your tin opener, I can't see where...
Looks like he's turned into a robot.
You can't leave me like this.
Like Ted the robot from Lunar Jim.
Are you there, Pat? This armor's a bit stiff.
Although Ted's name in the Ted from Lunar Jim is called Ted because it stands for Technical Equipment Device. And I've just realised that the voice actor who plays Ted in the UK dub of Lunar Jim, Andy Turvey. For those who don't know, Andy Turvey, who voiced Ted in the UK dub of Lunar Jim, he was actually the voice of the Tesco checkout for a while. He doesn't do it anymore, but yeah. And I think he also voices Captain Turbot in the UK dub of Paw Patrol.
Get me the fire brigade. What's this?
Now who needs the fire service? Man trapped in suit of armor, running round Garner Hall.
Did you say, Pat? Did you say...
Yeah, that was a Fireman Sam reference, of course, because he said get the fire brigade.
Flower beds?
Like, parading about. Yeah, but I remember I commented with that exact quote that I did just now on Postman Douglas 2011's DVD reaction of this.
Badgers, foxes, deer, no stopping the lighters.
I thought badgers were nocturnal animals, though, which means they come out at night. Am I the only one that thinks that the nose on the helmet on the suit of armor looks a bit like a bird's beak?
More like an elephant, Major. The whole herd of them, if you ask me, Pat.
I don't think elephants quite sound like that, Pat, but...
Miss Hubbard was waving like mad from the window.
She doesn't look like she's waving like mad.
I think it's gone back inside. Come along, Major.
Yeah, those crow sound effects are quite nostalgic for me, because they were also heard for a bit in the Shaun the Sheep episode Bits Are from the Black Lagoon. He was on the big chase. Oh, and speaking of Shaun the Sheep, that shot of Ted being hit by the door, that reminds me of the Shaun the Sheep intro when Bitzer gets hit by the door when the farmer walks out of the house.
What was that? Sounds as though you've got mice. Big metal ones. It came from behind that door. If only I
Yeah,
could see where
because
I'm
you just
going.
smacked Ted through it, Major Forbes.
Look at this. A door. And a secret passage.
Yeah. A bit like how Bob's dad, Robert, found one in the Bob the Builder special, The Knights of Camelot. I haven't got that DVD though, but if I get my hands on it, I might do a DVD reaction of it. Because I know that Bob the Builder's not likely to get copyrighted, as evidence when I did my Scrambler to the Rescue and Trailer Travis DVD reactions.
What have you found?
Unlike with Thomas, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I tried doing one of Pulling Together today, but when I uploaded it, it instantly got copyrighted, and then I tried uploading it again, but I'd edited the footage the second time around, so it was less likely to get copyrighted, and yet it still got blocked for some reason. But yeah, I think some Thomas DVDs might be okay though. Like I know Postman Douglas 2011 did a DVD reaction to King of the Railway once, so I might consider doing that one. And the camera's not focusing. Oh, there we go. Skip the credits. And we'll move on to the next episode. Again, it's in separate chapters again, like for... Oh, gone a bit too far there. There we go. So that's Postman Pat and a Muddle. Oh no, just remembered. This is actually the only episode of the entire series that Jess doesn't appear in.
That's the village just about done. Major Forbes was busy reading his paper.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't do it while walking out on the road, Major Forbes.
Morning, Pat. I say, this print gets smaller and smaller. Can't see the half of it. Well now, Major, I couldn't read a thing without my glasses. It might mean that you need a pair.
Yeah. I wear glasses, funnily enough, just like Pat and Mrs. Goggins. So the funny thing is, I can actually see quite well without my glasses on. Not quite as well as when I have them on, of course, but...
Smash them to bits. Very painful, what? Cheerio, Major. What would I do without my glasses?
And another for Miss Hubbard.
Oh, I've just remembered, I think William Pulver Melville mentioned once, he suggested a story for my series, Sodor Railway Tales, which is based on this episode, except it's Whiff that... I think it's Whiff that has his glasses broken.
That's better.
And Arthur goes around to help him with some things, which is based on this episode. I might actually consider that, even though I've mentioned that I've got all the episodes planned out for season 3, but...
Catch hold of that corner, Pat. It's a bit... Oops.
I might actually consider that episode for season 4, though, even though it is quite early to be thinking about it.
That's it.
Because I haven't even started season 3 yet, because I've not finished season 2 yet.
I hope it's
It's only 3 episodes to go until season 2 ends of Sodor Railway Tales.
It's all right.
And the episodes that will be done are A Job Well Done, which is going to be the next episode, which is based on a story by Famous Engines. And then the next one will be The Twins Who Cried Wolf, which is based on the Fireman Sam episode Cry Wolf, which was another suggestion from William Pulver Melville.
I'd better be off.
And then the last episode of season 2 is going to be Renea Storms Through, which was a story by Joey Turner. Though I'm probably going to make some edits to the script for that one, like because I also did some edits to the script in A Job Well Done. I didn't edit the story itself. I just thought of some ideas to edit the script. Without doing any edits to the document. Oh.
Oh, Pat, are those your glasses? What's left of them?
I mean, I don't really know why he took them off to begin with, considering he said he can't see very well without them.
I can't see to drive. Never mind read the addresses.
Which is a bit odd when you consider that he was looking at the time earlier.
His lorry, and you can get your spare pair of glasses.
What spare pair?
Hmm.
Oh, Pat, haven't you got a spare pair?
No, I've never broken them before. I've had these for years and years.
Are you sure about that, Pat? I mean, surely you must have had to get some new glasses at one point, as you got a bit older.
We can take the letters round in the lorry. I can give you a hand. Well, I certainly won't be able to drive.
Here we are. Now, give these a try, Pat.
Oh, tar.
Yeah, tar. That's another way of saying thank you
It's better than
in
nothing.
Britain, anyway. It's a very
Just a bit.
British phrase.
Oh, we'll manage somehow.
Here we are.
Thanks, Mrs. Goggins. Bye for now. Oops.
Oh yeah, and there's live action people on that newspaper there, that poster. Forgot to mention that.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him.
Oh, and that was used as that shot was used as the front cover of the DVD,
You can see that he
or a
ain't
promotion
looking
or a
after
promotional
you.
image of
Bye, Pat.
that shot.
Oops. Dr. Gilbertson was out doing her shopping.
I wonder why we never saw Dr. Gilbertson wearing a hat after this season
Who's this?
when she was out on her calls.
Hello. Getting hot, isn't it? Now then, Dorothy.
Dorothy.
I've got lots of
I mean,
letters for you.
I kind of understand why he thought that Dr. Gilbert's why he thought she was Dorothy, because they do both have blonde hair.
This looks like one of yours.
Yeah, it says Farmer's News on it. Yeah.
Have a good read. But that's not Dorothy. Oh.
Are you feeling ill, Pat?
I'm sorry, Doctor. It's my glasses. Squashed flat under a parcel.
They don't look squashed to me.
These are your letters, Doctor.
What on earth is going on?
I love how confused Dr. Gilbertson was
Better be
there.
on our way with the letters.
Oh. I find it weird how Ted's lorry says builder on the front, and yet he's not even a builder, he's a handyman. And a part-time inventor, of course.
Next stop was
Speaking of which, I actually remember I used to have a toy of Ted's lorry, and there was a button on it that you could press, and the funny thing is, whenever you press the button, it would play an instrumental version of the special delivery service theme. So I'm guessing that version was released around the time special delivery service had come out.
Are you sure you've got all the Reverend's letters? I'd know them with my eyes shut. Oops.
Oh,
What's this? Good Lord, deliver us.
deliver us. That
Sorry, Pat.
was a reference to the song from The Prince of Egypt,
I know just how
the
you feel,
DreamWorks
Reverend.
film.
I've got Mrs. Goggins' old glasses.
Oh yeah, and I just recently found out Val Kilmer, who voiced Moses in The Prince of Egypt, he sadly
Better be on my way, Reverend.
passed away this year, so rest in peace to him.
This is for the Reverend, Pat. I think you've got a muddled again.
Yeah.
Pat.
This episode isn't called Postman Pat in a Muddle for nothing.
They're a bit fuzzy, but I do believe it says Miss Hubbard on this one. You'll have to excuse him, Reverend. You see, his glasses were squashed flat. They look all right to me. It's a long story. And I think it'll be best if you read out all the addresses for me from now on, Ted.
Yeah.
No problem. I wish I could help. But you see, my
No, I do actually. I do wonder where Jess was in this episode, considering,
Nice of you to offer to help.
as I said, this is the only episode where he doesn't appear. But I do wonder where he was in this episode. Like, I suppose you could argue that this episode could take place before he got Jess, but
Off they went.
or maybe Jess was staying. Maybe Jess was staying at home with Sarah and Julian.
Johnson Brown.
I'd say either one of those theories is perfectly plausible.
There's There's Alf's catalogue. Now you can't go wrong with that.
Mm.
Alf can't be far away.
Mm.
Anybody in?
Okay.
I wish Alf, ouch, wouldn't leave things for me to fall in.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's Percy the Park Keeper's wheelbarrow. Speaking of Percy the Park Keeper, I might actually get a Percy the Park Keeper DVD at some point. Either the classic collection or the
Nice big
the Secret Path and the Rescue Party DVD that has the episodes. Well, the Secret Path and the Rescue Party. Because that DVD I just mentioned, that one's quite nostalgic for me.
It wasn't about.
The only time that I watched an episode of the normal Percy the Park Keeper series that wasn't the 25-minute specials, the only episode I watched of the later ones as a kid was Treasure Island, because it was on the Brightest Children's Favourites DVD. Which also has the Bob the Builder episode, Lofty's Jungle Fun, on it.
A new letterbox.
Hmm.
An old barn door with a missing plank, more like. Locked up as well. Now then, how are we going to get it back? Hang on, I'll get someone to help us.
Well, there's not that many people around, Ted. You probably only have to it would either be Alf or Dorothy.
If only I could see properly. Ouch! Where does this go? I could get in through the window. Anybody there?
Oh.
Anybody in? Ooh. Ouch. What happened? Pat, where are you?
Yeah, this is quite a humorous episode, honestly, with all the shenanigans that Pat gets up to here, because of the fact that he's got...
Hello, Ted.
Because the glasses don't have any lenses.
Hello, Alf. Nay. I'm talking to Pat. He's inside. Well, how's he got in there?
Yeah, Ken Barry's Alf voice changed for some reason throughout the series. So in the original series, it was a bit gruffer, but then around the time of the Cosgrove Hall era, it sounded a bit more like his Peter Fogg voice.
Catalog, Alf. Delivered safe and sound.
Oh, Ted and Pat, back at last.
Yeah.
I've been ringing round everywhere trying to track you down.
There's nothing else gone wrong, has there?
Oh, no, Pat. It's just that after you'd gone, I found these. They look awfully like yours. They must have slipped down behind the stamp book. That huge parcel must have given them a push.
Yeah.
Magic. I can see again. Oh,
Magic.
lovely. They must be mine.
Or
Thank you,
magic.
Mrs. Gold.
Yeah, that was a reference to the
We saw 'em all
Mr. Bean.
smashed
That was
up.
a reference to the Mr. Bean Ultimate Disaster film.
There must have been another pair of glasses on the counter.
Whose could they be?
Well, the Reverend came in before you this morning, and he must have left his glasses here. He didn't mind about his glasses being broken. Said he needed a new pair anyway.
Well, I never. I wonder if I need
Oh, nursery
glasses.
rhymes number 1. I wonder what nursery rhymes are in
The
there.
box would never have got through without you. Thanks, Ted.
Yeah.
Back to the workshop. Cheerio. Cheerio.
Bye, Ted.
Yeah. Now, let's move on to the last episode. It's funny, because the copyright notice says 1996 on it, but apparently the season first aired in... Oh, let's skip too far again. But for some reason, the episode aired... The season 2 actually aired on TV in 1997.
I'd better be on my
Though I
way
think
now.
apparently there were some episodes that were released on VHS in 1996
You'll be overdoing it. Just
before they were aired on TV.
You'll be fine if you'll only relax a bit more. Now, this should put you to rights. vitamins and a tonic to liven you up.
That'll be grand. Thanks again. Cheerio.
Bye, Pat.
Yeah.
What would
Yeah,
be
that
so
that
tired and
cockerel sound is quite nostalgic for me. I think this is the only time they use that cockerel sound effect in any TV show. Well, they use it a lot in season 2, but I think the season 2 of Postman Pat's the only time that cockerel sound effect is used. Normally they use a different one. I think, as far as I know.
Morning, Mrs. Goggins. Oh dear, I'm so sleepy. Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I like in the first part of the read along with Postman Pat special when he says that there was a time where he couldn't sleep for a whole week.
Oh, Pat, I'm sorry to see you like this. But with all the post to be delivered, if only they could send somebody from Pencaster to give a hand.
Pencaster.
A day or two even.
Yeah.
It seems there's nobody to take.
I'm not sure what region of Scotland that delivery would be an indicator for, but
Pat, wake up, Pat. Best be getting on.
What?
don't end up like Mr. Lazy from the Mr. Man.
Oh yes. Yes, I'd better be on my way. Bye.
At least he hasn't got that many parcels to deliver. Unlike in the Postman Pat's Too Many Parcels episode. Yeah.
Snoozing all day in a nice, warm, comfy van.
I don't know if Jess sleeps in the van all day. I mean, he's awake right now, so no, he doesn't.
Slowly on his way. Greendale itself seemed sleepy today. But not in Ted Glenn's workshop. Something was clicking and whirring and beeping all day. Hello? What was happening? Ted! Morning, Pat. Sorry, can't stop. Morning, Ted. Whatever are you up to with all these boxes? Come and have a look at this. My new computer. Can you pass a pile of that paper?
Wonder when Ted got that computer installed.
Yes.
Must have been fairly recent at the time of this episode.
Joined together.
Because I think computers were as far as I know, I think computers were a fairly new thing in the 90s, or at least the internet was. Because that's the whole reason why Aardman created the Morph files, because that was to celebrate the release of the internet going up. And I've mentioned before that the Morph files was narrated by Neil Morrissey, who, of course, is the voice of Bob the Builder in the UK dub. He also narrated a series called Maisie, I believe, that William Pulver Melville told me about.
Deliver letters while I'm asleep. A robot. That's what you need, Pat. Look at this book. It tells you how to make them. Computer controlled. No job too difficult, it says. A robot postman? I could do with one of those.
Yeah.
It might be fun.
I wonder if this episode might have been the inspiration for the special delivery service episode Crazy Robots, I wonder.
Then I could have a day off. You could have a week off. Mrs. Goggins would just have to feed it with all the letters and parcels. Let me show you. I'll print out one of my designs on the new printer. Ooh, what's this? Little men walking about.
I can tell that the thing on the computer, I think, was probably done with cell animation.
I think the printer doesn't know how to use your new paper, Ted.
Yeah.
Now then, don't worry. I'll just now which key do you press to stop it?
I wonder why it's been hole punched on both sides, though.
Is it this one?
The paper.
This one? Maybe not. I'll pop in when you've got it sorted out. Bye, Ted. Well, one of these. I suppose I could always pull the plug.
Oh, he's getting completely buried in it. Poor Ted.
Must have sorted himself out.
First he gets stuck in a suit of armour, and now he's completely buried in paper.
Mrs. Goggins heard a sound in the post office, and when she went to see what it was...
Oh, gracious me. What is it? Shoo! One step nearer, and you get this in your sprockets. Get back, you beastie.
It's all right, Mrs. Goggins.
I think Postman Douglas 2011 said in his DVD reaction of this DVD that the robot's face looks a bit like a face from Thomas. Looks a bit like Thomas's face. Because apparently he said that there was once a kiddie ride that had a face that looked like that of Thomas. Speaking of kiddie rides, in one of my local shopping centres, there's actually a Thomas kiddie ride there, and there's also a Rory the Racing Car kiddie ride. Funnily enough, which I remember being very shocked when I discovered when I found the Rory the Racing Car kiddie ride there, considering Rory the Racing Car's been off air for over 10 years now. I think like 15 years probably.
Just needs a slight adjustment.
Well, there haven't been new episodes since 2010, I don't think. I don't know if I think Milkshake probably did some reruns of old episodes of Rory the Racing Car after 2010, but it's not been on. It hasn't aired on Milkshake for quite a while now.
Hey, look out! It's off.
Which is a shame because now they've replaced it with some. Now they've replaced all the good stuff with a lot of mediocre babysitter fodder, like things like Cocomelon. Cocomelon's on CBeebies, I've just remembered. But yeah, Milkshake has quite a lot of mediocre babysitter fodder now on its channel, like the Bob the Builder reboot and Noddy Toyland Detective and some other shows. Can't remember. I think they do still air some old shows, like they do still air the some of the earlier CGI Fireman Sam episodes, which I'd take any day over the new ones since like season 15 onwards. And then I think they still air the Bob the Builder reboot, which is odd because they've not made any new episodes in Bob the Builder for a long time. But this is a bit like the Bob the Builder episode Special Delivery Spud, when Spud kept delivering parcels to all the wrong people.
These letters into my hand, and not one of them is for me. Did you see which way he went, brethren?
Oh.
Go away.
Oh, oh yeah, there's Peter Fogg. The Martians have landed. Funny. Oh. Okay.
Just switch you off.
Okay.
Hey, give over. It's not for me, you idiot.
Idiot. Bit of an odd word to say in a kid's show, but whatever. I mean, they said the word kill once in Postman Pat, so anything's possible. Summits on wheels. Another way of saying something in the UK. I can tell that. Yeah, you can tell that's clearly not George Lancaster, because they said that his name was George, but it's clearly not George Lancaster, because Ken Barry gives George Lancaster a different voice, and also George Lancaster lives on a farm.
This is where we keep the post bus.
Oh yeah, the post bus, which later became the school minibus in the Cosgrove Hall era. Oh, it says Pat 2 on it, like the. I love how it says Pat 2 on it, and then in Special Delivery Service they made a lorry, and that became Pat 2. Probably because at that point the post bus had become the school bus. Oh yeah, that's Sam Waldron.
Whatever's happened to your van, Sam?
Totally not Hitler, as many people will say. I don't really buy the fact that he looks like Hitler, because apart from the moustache, he doesn't even resemble Hitler in any way.
Couldn't help it, but I had to go goes straight into this field to dodge it. Which way did it go? It looked as if it was heading for Thompson Ground. Do you think I should call PC Selby?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he'd believe you.
No. He is a bit stubborn, PC Selby,
Let's take a short
because he's strict with the law and everything.
We might be able to cut it off before it gets there.
Oh.
Ian, don't forget, I'm in the back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it must be quite a bumpy ride.
Whoa! Be steady on. They arrived at Thompson Ground the back way. Quick, Pat, before it does any damage.
Yeah. Oh. A literal chicken run now. Like the Aardman film.
Dorothy wondered why the chickens were making such a noise. Then this thing waving its arms came along.
Oh, chicken
Sorry about the washing, Dorothy.
Notice Carol Boyd's Dorothy voice actually sounds a bit like Jane Horrocks when she voiced Babs in Chicken Run. Yeah. I don't like gravy. I know I did that quote when I did my Numberjack Standing By to Zoom DVD reaction, but I said it again now.
It's a muddy field. Won't go far. Is that the shirt it's wearing?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
He's slowing down.
I wonder if Carol Boyd's Dorothy voice was supposed to be an impression of Jane Horrocks. Might be.
He's stuck. Can't move.
He's stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
I better go and fetch it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a nice try, Ted. Thanks.
I mean, Ted had good
Leave
intentions,
it for now.
to be fair.
It makes a grand scarecrow.
Yeah.
I've been having no end of bother with the
Almost like
crows,
Spud,
and look
except it
at
doesn't,
Scarecrow.
except it can't walk now because it's stuck in the field.
As for the robot, he seemed quite happy where he was, keeping the crows away from our field.
Yeah. And that's the end of this DVD. Yeah.
Postman Pat.
Oh yeah, George Laban did the animation for this. I think he also worked on a few other shows. Like he worked on Bob the Builder a few times, and I think Rory the Racing Car as well. Oh, name's Brian Driver, and he made all the vehicles. That's funny. Yeah, I love that. I love how it had Pat whistling at the end of the theme song there. Anyway, and that's the end of this DVD reaction. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching this DVD reaction. And I can't really think of anything else to say, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this DVD reaction. I know I certainly enjoyed doing it, even if it was quite last minute, because I tried to do a pulling together DVD reaction earlier today and it got blocked. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.